Good morning, LKN 706. Happy Friday to you, to yours, and everyone in between. Whether you like them or not, it's Friday. Whether you enjoy the conversations with the people that you're about to enter into, to which you will have to, because that's how life goes. Just smile. It's Friday. And how I like to start my Friday, really how I like to start every day. Short sip. I had the tilt on a little high there. A little floodgate action. It's still good because you know what? It's black powder. Black powder coffee. That's what's in the cup Monday through Friday. Monday to Friday. Black powder coffee. Located on Highway 150 in Mooresville. That's exit 36. You make a left at the Chick-fil-A, go down into the business park. Melissa! 10% off, please. WSIC, Good Morning Fam sent me. I'm ready to get my charge of the day. Had to brew a new batch. Had to chop up some beans last night. Flavor that I've got in the cup right now, Pablo. Colombia. A little Colombian in the cup. See what I did there? Played with it a little. Narcos might be one of my favorite Netflix series of all times. Pretty strong.
Haven't seen it.
You literally haven't seen Narcos?
Literally have not seen it.
They've got they go through kind of the timeline of they've got Colombia, they got Mexico gangs. It's the problem is, and this I'm not a racist. They don't do it in English. They do it in the native language of the group that the docuseries is about.
I don't mind that.
I just expect everyone in the world to speak English. It just makes my life easier, and I feel like since my life is my life,
wow,
that they should bend to that.
Problematic statement.
But they didn't.
Right.
And so I'm forced to read subtitles, which means it can't be mindless TV.
Sure.
That's really the
nice
issue.
part.
I can't just put it on to fall asleep to.
Right.
Because I'm going to be reading while watching, which if you think about the human brain, pretty impressive.
You ever had a dream in another language? Do you know another language?
I mean, I know words in another way. I don't.
So
I can't.
You do not.
I do not
the
know.
The answer there is simply no.
No. Gibberish.
Okay. Cool.
Didagoo, yidagoo, litagike, blitigak,
wow.
pidagow, didagur, kudagow, fidagi.
What?
Gibberish.
Very cool. What did you say?
Do you like black powder coffee?
Oh, wow.
Because your boy does.
It a yes.
Oh, there it is.
Did I do it?
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's
I like that.
It's really however you're feeling it,
I've seen the Netflix show, oh gosh, what's it called? Money Heist.
I've seen, is that a series one?
It's a series,
yes.
yeah. So I've seen that one, and it's also in its native language.
Whatever happened to
Spanish.
Squid Games?
Squid Games is out there.
Did you watch that one?
I did watch it, yes.
I didn't.
I was captivated.
I heard about it.
Yeah, it's good.
I think Ben Daniels was #1 fan of Squid Games, I'm pretty sure.
Right. What kind of Squid Game stuff we got going on at the garage sale tomorrow?
Garage sale?
Yard sale?
Yard sale.
Yard sale.
We can make it a garage sale if that works better.
I thought you guys were putting me in the indoor spot.
Just to hang out inside
right.
and just wave to everyone through the window. Yard sale, it's tomorrow. So last night, Ben Daniels, myself, Richard Shannon, we're out in the back of Radio Road. 1117 Radio Road is where the yard sale's going down.
Shout out Radio Road.
Frank Horvath, our engineer, allowed Ben Daniels to borrow this ginormous backpack with the blower, like backpack-style blower. And in addition to that, if you were driving on Radio Road yesterday, you may have seen someone that had a crossover look between a lumberjack and the abominable snowman. That was Ben Daniels. It's okay. Everything's okay. No need to take pictures and post. He was just out there blowing leaves, so he had this suit thing on just to not get polleny, I think, or something like that. And so there was definitely some confused looks as people were driving past, but don't worry, we made it. I painted some lines. I painted a few lines yesterday. The problem was I realized at a certain point, the grass is turning that brown now. The yellow brown that grass turns when it dies in the wintertime kind of thing.
Yes.
Mixing orange paint on that color grass isn't the most effective.
I can see that.
And so it kind of blended a little bit.
Right.
So we'll see. Is
We'll see.
basically
We'll see.
people come. We'll just put cars kind of sideways, left, right, upside down.
People can figure it out.
I think we just kind of let people
Just a little
choose.
bit of patience.
Like this is probably a terrible decision, but I just said to Ben, just let them choose.
Right.
You know, kind of like more like little encampments.
Sure.
You know, because people are going to bring their friends.
Right.
I imagine there'll be some clusters,
Sure.
if you would, of people. Hey, you're here too to this. Oh yeah, no, I saw you last week. I'm here because there's like a circuit in the yard sale world. There's
Sure.
people that flea market style go around. We've got a pretty decent number signed up. There's still time, even if you want to. I think there's enough room in the field. Here's something cool. Connected with the sheriff's office, Sheriff Campbell taking care of us, Chief Deputy Hamby, shout out to Captain Matt. K9 unit's going to be there. Special Forces is going to be there. I asked Sheriff Campbell, I said, look, can y'all bring one of them big old tanks? I said, bring the presents.
You might have to call me after they leave.
Bring it on. I want them there.
You said they're bringing the dogs?
K9.
Man.
Make sure you cleared your pockets before you come up there.
I will.
You know what I mean? People be right. Act right in front of these, because
Come correct.
they will
Act accordingly.
alert. Yeah, they will alert. And we gave him a spot. We said, look, this is where the tank goes, right here.
Right.
So that's the hope. He said Special Forces. I think Special Forces gets to drive the tank. I'm assuming.
Wow.
What other unit
Are
would
they-
is
okay,
beyond?
I'm thinking of like transporting it over.
That's a good question. Are they going to drive it on the streets, or they bring it on a big truck?
Because I gotta see that thing pull on a radio road.
That's right. Yeah.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Sheriff Campbell waving an American flag on the
That's
front
what
of
I'm
it.
talking about, man.
Just sitting on there.
Now you're getting me going.
Dude, that's what we're expecting for the yard
Now
sale.
you're getting
We've got
me going.
3 different musical acts. I don't
I
know.
saw
Did you
that.
see the Insta
I
post
did.
yesterday? If you're not on Instagram, you should be following us on Instagram. Dude, some of this AI pictures are hilarious, by the way, that are in my timeline right now. But I digress. Going to the actual music lineup. So I thought it was funny. Ben said, "Oh man, we got the guy. We got Church." I was like, "You got Eric Church to come here?" I said, "No, Adam Church. Adam Church." And he's like, "But he's still really good."
Yeah, still good.
But like, what a name, right? Like
Right.
in this in this political climate, right?
Sure.
Adam Church, right?
Right.
That's good. Tanya Wood also going to be there.
Yes.
She's a big name in
Yes, she is.
Statesville.
Yes, she is. I've heard that name.
Big name. Shannon Lee as well. It's a duo. It's
Yes.
a duo. Dos Enes,
Yes,
going to be a good time.
I'm here for
3,
for it.
and then the food trucks too to top it off. There's like
you know
a
what
pizza
time we're
food
playing
truck.
music? Let me ask you some questions, some frequently asked
Oh,
questions.
gosh.
Rapid fire here because we
Okay.
got 50 seconds.
Okay.
Does it cost to go?
No, free.
Can I come late or do I have to be there at 6 a.m.?
You can get there whenever you want.
Right. And how long does it go to?
2 p.m.
Do you know what time the music starts?
It's 9:30 a.m.
9:30 a.m. We're
during the
rocking.
home ad show, because we're
During the
doing
home
a
ad.
live home ad from 9 to 11, and then so in addition there will be music going on.
Wait. Pat Shannon's gonna be there.
Pat Shannon will be there 9 to 11, special edition live home ad with a
Sold.
special announcement.
Do I need to
going on, too.
register if I'm just coming?
If you're just coming to just peruse,
Yes.
no. If you're selling, it would be preferable if you don't show up day of. You can. I'm not gonna
Cash
tell you
only
can't.
Card, cash only card.
That's vendor
that's
specific.
vendor
That's up to the. We're
specific.
not
Bring both.
transacting for people. We
Right.
are not
We're here for a
transacting
good
for people.
time.
Good morning, fam. 844 Studio 4. I love you.
Keep it right here. Justin will be right back with more Good Morning LKN on the new 1059 100.7 WSIC.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The WSIC yard sale is this weekend. Come by the radio station and enjoy a day of fun. The world famous Pat Shannon will be hosting a special edition of the Home Ad Show. Live music, food trucks, bouncy houses. Selling starts at 6 a.m. this Saturday. Yard sale spots are free. The WSIC yard sale, 1117 Radio Road in Statesville. Saturday from 6 a.m. until 2 p.m. Pumpkin picking at Kerrigan Farms. Experience the pumpkin patch at Kerrigan Farms by booking your experience now at kerriganfarms.com. kerriganfarms.com for a pumpkin picking adventure. Santa is coming to town. Schedule your time to take pictures with Santa at Birkdale Village. Spots are limited and must be scheduled in advance. Santa will be at Birkdale between November 19th and Christmas Eve. Appointments include time with Santa and 8 digital images from a professional photographer. For more info and to schedule your time with Santa, visit BirkdaleVillage.com. Want to enjoy a night of magic? Eric Jones, a worldwide award-winning magician, is coming to Kane Center for the Arts this Saturday. Buy your tickets before they sell out. KaneArts.org. Eric Jones, the magician, this Saturday. Doors open at 7 p.m. KaneArts.org. Have an event you'd like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
The Renaissance Festival is back Saturdays and Sundays now through November 19th. A non-stop outdoor family adventure. Huzzah! Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com while supplies last.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Patchy fog this morning, mostly before 10 a.m. Otherwise, we're going to have sunny skies and a hot day today. We'll get up near 80 degrees. As you head into the evening, though, some clouds will roll in. We'll have partly cloudy conditions with that low temperature only dipping down to 56. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Now, more Good Morning LKN with Justin Ckezepis on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 7:18. Happy Friday to you. We want to get a look at the streets. You know, people were wilding out yesterday, driving the wrong direction on I-77. Jeff had to swerve out of the way. Thankfully, he and his compadres on the bus are okay. Jeff, please tell me people aren't acting as big of a fool today on the roads.
Good morning, Justin. No, 77 north and southbound from Statesville to Charlotte. Traffic is flowing pretty good this morning. There's no incidents to report. Haven't heard of any issues on the secondary roads in Statesville or Mooresville. So things are looking good this morning. Nobody going the wrong way.
We like that, Jeff, and appreciate you giving us the update. What's up for your weekend, Jeff?
Just after a week of vacation 2 weeks ago, just a chill weekend at the home. So,
okay. Well, if you're not doing anything Saturday morning, come by Radio Road in Statesville. Come to the yard sale if you got a chance. Pop by. If not, no big deal. iCats will have a bus parked there showcasing the many skills and talents you guys offer. So want to throw that invite to you, Jeff, in case you're not doing anything. But we appreciate you.
Yeah.
Keep the streets safe, and we'll talk to you next hour.
All right. Have a good morning.
You too. Bye-bye. I cut Jeff off a little bit there. I didn't want him to deny me. You know, I didn't want him to, like, in his humble way, give me a reason why he wouldn't be coming to the yard sale. So I just made sure to end the conversation. It seemed easier that way. So
That's nice.
yeah.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. The bird's a winner. Well, a bird is a winner.
It's time for the word of the day. What's the word?
Today's word of the day. You like it?
I'm trying to guess that. Sagacious?
Sagacious? Everyone point and laugh at your radio.
What is it?
Sagacious. It's sagacious.
Oh, I thought gay was G-A-Y.
According to this pronunciation,
Is G-E-Y okay?
G-E-Y.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
it's because you wanted to separate, like,
It's
different
the
gay?
phonetically,
Different gay?
phonetically less controversial
Got it. Okay.
way to say it.
Okay, yeah, okay. I can
For those following along, the word at home is sagacious. All right, sagacious. That's S-A-G-A-C.
I can't believe you. Wait a second. I can't believe you had everybody
IOUS.
point at the radio and laugh at me.
Yeah, I chose
That's-
violence.
That's bullying.
Sometimes I choose violence. Sagacious. An adjective. Sagacious. Would you like to hear this one in a sentence?
I'm gonna need it, please.
Yes.
Sir. This is gonna be a long day.
A sagacious teacher knows that a struggling student needs individualized help to help succeed in school.
A sagacious teacher? You said a sagacious teacher.
It's an adjective. So it
A
is-
level-headed, an engaged,
Ooh.
a caring, a astute.
You're teetering. I think you can get a little bit closer though. How about this? They were sagacious enough to avoid any outright confrontations.
They had the
Sagacious.
wherewithal
The
to have
wherewithal.
to formally have wherewithal.
Wherewithal.
Wear it with anything.
Not seeing those words in that sequence on this definition. Would you like to hear the definition of sagacious?
Do you have the national origin by chance?
I do not have that part on me right now. No.
Okay, it's not German though.
9.
Belgian,
No. I think that all kind of
Spanish,
maybe.
Italian.
I think we're getting closer. Sagacious means intelligent or showing good judgment.
Okay.
Sagacious.
I feel like I had some synonyms in there.
Yeah, you did. You were teetering. I just wanted you a little bit closer.
I thought like I originally was going to say smart,
Right?
but that seemed like one of my typical answers. That's like you're
Right.
there, but you're not really giving me
Right.
more.
You're-
So I
you're
skipped
saying
that
smart.
phase.
I
Yeah.
want intelligent.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
All right. So sagacious.
Sagacious.
So sagacious is positive, better than being mendacious.
Yes.
That was the word this week where you do not want to be mendacious.
right.
That was the one where it's like that's
You
negative
have an
from the jump.
opportunity to rhyme here.
Oh. And because it's Friday, this is the day where I've got to take all the words of the week, words of the day throughout the whole week, put them into a singular, non-loquacious sentence that actually,
Non-loquacious, super sagacious.
without being mendacious.
Without being mendacious. Now we're building blocks.
But we gotta review the week first.
All right, let's go back through. Give me Monday.
Equanimity,
Nope, that was yesterday. Sorry.
prattle,
Start at the bottom and work your way back up.
inculcate,
Inculcate.
instill an idea or a habit.
Yes.
Mendacious,
Mendacious.
lying,
Lying.
not good. Prattle,
Prattle.
to babble.
To babble.
Equanimity, equanimity, equanimity. What's that definition again of equanimity?
Like a level head, calm.
Level-headed.
Yeah.
Level-headed.
I didn't write the definition because that was yesterday, and I thought you might remember.
I mean, remember the word.
Yeah.
So,
That's right.
what's the other one that I like? That irascible.
Irascible, yes. That was one of our short weeks.
Is that intent? Does that mean intense?
I'll double check. It's fun to say, though.
It's a good time.
It's a good time.
All right, so here we go. Let's put it together. Let's do this right. It would be sagacious of you, rather than be mendacious. Proceed forward with equanimity this weekend.
Oh, Lord.
Prattle your way
Oh, Lord.
toward an inculcate time at the community yard sale.
All right, everyone, pity clap. All right, he did it.
I did it, people.
He
I
did
worked
it.
hard. All it takes, it shows you, all it takes is practice.
Right.
That's all it takes in life
Mhm.
is just practice.
A little bit of exposure.
We
a
talk
little bit
about
of practice.
practice.
Yep. Good
We
job,
talk
man.
about practice. Good job, you.
It's not an easy thing to do.
You did it again.
I have to pod down
You
the volume.
did it again.
The volume stays potted down.
Radio rules. Bill Guy the Buffer Guy. Radio is made of electromagnetic waves.
What a jam.
It is a jam. I've yet to hit the mark on it once. I'll get it one day.
Practice. There it is.
We'll just run it back again. That's all you got to do. That one shouts a little more.
Yeah, I like that.
Two different versions. We're going to need you to spot the differences.
Yeah, they're subtle, but
Call in, and if you know the difference, 844 Studio 4, get a free 4-pack of tickets to the Southern Christmas Show. The difference between the two jams.
you heard the 10 seconds and looked at the clock.
I did look at the clock. You caught me.
He thought he
I was
missed
like, wow,
something.
wow, Frank really did connect this thing into the system. My gosh. No, a little bit more than 10 seconds left. Yeah, so what do you think? Do you have a preference on the version yet?
No, I like them both.
Yeah.
I like them both.
I just don't like that I'm muted most of the time, you know? Like,
You're-
and that's
you're-
not on
it's
you.
not that you're muted. The volume is just down.
It's
You
just one of
can't
those
do it
disconnects.
right after a segment.
I guess that's
without
fair.
giving me some sort of like.
But that's the
pod-up
thing is I
segment.
don't want to like give
Right.
you because you know like
Well,
you
I'm
know
leaving it unmuted. I know that it's coming. I'm playing ball with you a little bit.
you know what buttons I've got available to me in
right,
here, and
right.
I feel like that's where I am the underdog in this scenario a little bit,
Right.
and I'm trying to win.
Okay.
We've been watching Air Bud at the house. Noah's into Air Bud right now.
That's got to be
They have like 15
pretty awesome.
versions
Yeah,
now.
absolutely.
They've got a lot of versions of Air Bud. Impressive dog. I mean, really.
Extremely. Just athletic.
Is it the dog or is it the breed? Is it Golden Retrievers we should be impressed with, or is it
I think
Air Bud we
I
should be
think
impressed
Golden
with?
Retriever, although was knocked off from the top dog breed in America.
What's the top breed now?
I think it's the French Bulldog.
Oh, the Frenchie. That would make
Yeah,
sense. Ben
that
Daniels
makes
going. I mean,
sense,
yeah,
yeah.
it's a beautiful dog. It's
It's
hard to be
easy.
upset
Yeah,
about that. It's
exactly.
easy to fall in love with.
But I think Air Bud himself, Buddy,
Buddy, I think.
yeah,
is,
Buddy. He was a unique dog.
Certainly.
Yeah, in a class
Similar
of
to
his own.
Keiko.
Right. I don't know Keiko.
Keiko the Orca.
Keiko the Orca.
Free Willy.
Okay. all right,
Keiko was Free Willy.
Sure. Yeah.
They tried to release him into the wild. He didn't. He followed the boat back. They made him a pen in the middle of the ocean.
Can I
He
put you
died.
on the spot? Where did we get Willie out of that?
That's a producer's question.
Oh,
I was a mere lad when that movie came out.
so we got a
Shaped my life though,
we got a orca named Keiko,
and a dog named Buddy.
and we're gonna call the movie Free Willy.
Yeah.
I got questions.
Yeah, I wonder where. Yeah, who came up with the name Willie?
Right.
That would be that we probably should find that out at some
Yeah,
point.
I mean, it works.
It does work. There's not. I mean, it plays. Are you going to? Have you been to a movie recently? Barbie was your last one. Was that your last one?
Was it my last one? Yeah, I wanted to see that movie Strays, with the talking dogs and stuff.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
Preview.
Sure you have. It's got like Jamie Foxx and Will Ferrell, and
I don't know if I've seen it.
it's like an adult-ish version of Homeward Bound, I would imagine.
Yeah.
So it sounds cool.
I'm not. I'm genuinely not familiar. I feel like since now I watch YouTube TV,
Right.
there are commercials, right? Don't get me wrong, because like when
Sure.
you're watching live TV, right, it goes to commercials. It's just very easy. Even it prompts you at some point, skip ads, and you can like be watching their Zen screen rather
Right.
than commercials.
Right.
So I feel like I'm quite disconnected from the national stage
Okay.
as far as what's going on in the world.
Great to hear as a morning show
Right. That's
host.
really what you want in a host is someone who has no wherewithal.
Right.
Right.
Well,
No
how was Airbud?
sagaciousness.
How was Airbud?
Pretty good. It's dog.
Rip it apart, man. Rip it apart.
I get sad.
Okay.
Seeing things happen to animals. You
Sure.
know what I mean? Like, even
Right.
though he's gonna be okay. I've seen the movie. It's rated G or PG, so it ain't gonna like end with like horror.
Right.
It's just still sad to
Right.
know that again because movies come from real situations.
Right.
Jason Bourne was a real person.
Of course.
Air Bud was a real dog, which
Mhm.
means that there was some jerk who was a clown
Right.
who mistreated the dog,
Sure.
and I don't like that stuff.
Yeah. No.
It's not a good feeling.
It's not good.
It
But you're
doesn't
here
make me
now.
happy.
You're here with people.
You know who might be feeling pretty good? Dwight Howard. You think he's feeling pretty good right now?
Whoa.
You think your boy Dwight Howard might be
No.
feeling good?
No.
He's got something going on. We might have to talk about this a little bit. I'm confused. I don't know about you. I don't know. Did you hear?
Justin.
There's more Good Morning LKN on the way from the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
When you have problems with your air conditioning system, you need SHA Mechanical, serving our region since 1975. SHA will make sure your system is in the best condition at the best times. Call SHA Mechanical at 704-872-8708.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Patchy fog this morning, mostly before 10 a.m. Otherwise, we're going to have sunny skies and a hot day today. We'll get up near 80 degrees. As you head into the evening, though, some clouds will roll in. We'll have partly cloudy conditions with that low temperature only dipping down to 56. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Folks, you know Randy Marion sells vehicles the King of Price way, but did you know our service department? We service vehicles the King of Price way. We sell tires, we sell brakes, we sell batteries, we sell the maintenance. We help you keep your vehicle on the road safe, ready to drive. Whatever the season is, Randy Marion service departments have you covered. Come see us today because, folks, again, you know we sell the King of Price way and we do service the King of Price way.
King of Price, RandyMarionStatesville.com.
Hey everyone, it's Matt Madison with Doug Madison Realty. You know, everyone I talk to is concerned about a housing crash. Well, here's the metric that you need to look at that's different from 2008. 2008, housing supply was at 10.3 months. Now, today, it's a little over 3 months. So as you can see, we still have a shortage of homes on the market, which means that prices will continue to appreciate in the foreseeable future. If you've got questions, give us a call at Doug Madison Realty, 704-873-7700.
This is North Carolina Senator Vicki Sawyer. Join me on Fridays at 11 a.m. for our show, We're Just Saying. We'll discuss state and local politics, and as always, take your calls here on News Talk WSIC.
Could you use a little extra money right now? If you'd like to borrow up to $100,000 and get pre-approved in minutes, call the number we'll give you at the end of this commercial. Our lending partners have already loaned millions of dollars to individuals just like you, and we're ready to lend you up to $100,000 if you qualify. Even if your credit is not perfect, you could use the money to pay off high-interest credit cards, for home renovations, or consolidate existing debt. You can get flexible, easy-to-pay terms. The consultation to find out if you qualify is free. To find out if you qualify for our special financing program, call this toll-free number 24 hours a day. 800-215-0703. 800-215-0703. 800-215-0703. That's 800-215-0703. Important terms and conditions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. Loan amount, annual percentage rate, and term will vary depending on creditworthiness. Applying does not guarantee approval. Account approval is subject to verification and confirmation of your credit history and acceptance by a lender. If you choose to apply for a loan through us, a consumer report will be obtained to evaluate your credit.
Good Morning LKN continues now on WSIC. News, talk, now.
Good morning, LKN. 7:33. Happy Friday to you. If you're getting ready for work, maybe you're about to walk out the door. Maybe this is that time where you grab the cup. Or a thermos. Thermoses are also acceptable. Keeping the correct temperature of your beverage is important to the experience. We do buy things like we like hot foods. Some people like cold subs. I don't think that if you choose a cold sub over a hot sub, I doubt you're really American or human. Those two things probably don't, qualify if you like cold subs instead of hot subs. That's just a personal opinion. That's a hot take.
It is.
Do you like cold subs or hot subs?
I like hot ones, but I also like cold ones.
But wait a second.
Right.
Two options in front of you. Which one are you choosing?
Right now, I would take a hot one. But if I just gotten done playing like a sporting event, or maybe I'm out by the pool, or I don't know, maybe it's hot outside, maybe I take a cold one. Just maybe.
If cold is your only option,
sure.
But again, you could have either.
Right.
You're not choosing hot 9 times out of 9?
Maybe. It's hard to say.
It's un-American to choose a cold sub.
I'd say that it's American that I have a choice.
Fair point. Dwight Howard has a choice.
You're going to take the lead on this one, buddy.
You don't want to touch it?
I just don't know much about it.
I don't think anybody does. That's the thing, is it came out of left field.
Well,
do we care what athletes and superstars and all that, like, they have their job.
Right.
Their job is to entertain.
Much like us, yeah.
Sure. This is a job. Their job is to entertain and, do whatever they're getting paid to do. Basketball.
Right.
Do you care what basketball players do off the court?
Usually as long as they're not hurting anybody or causing harm to anyone.
I bet Dwight Howard could hurt somebody.
I bet he could.
That's a big dude.
He is. So, I really don't care as long as they're not hurting anybody.
All right, so you don't care. So it's not even a relevant conversation for you.
No.
Not interested.
No.
What if he tried to dunk on you? Would you then be interested?
I'd foul. I foul.
You foul him?
No easy buckets.
You're not letting him through the paint, no matter what.
No easy buckets.
I don't care which side of the aisle you're on.
Right.
I'm not letting
No
you come
easy
in my lane.
It's simply no easy buckets.
Okay, all right, fair enough. I don't care what side of the ball you play, Dwight. This is my house.
Right.
This is it. So, all right, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, we'll move on. Golden Bachelor last night.
Yes.
Did you watch it?
I did. It was it's good, man. It's tough. It's tough for me to watch because I just feel like at the end of the show I'm going to be sad.
You think so?
Yeah, somebody's I mean, Gary really cares.
Do you think
and
Gary
these ladies are like really like him. And it's hard to see especially people who are aging kind of go through the heartbreak. But it's beautiful.
I don't
show.
know if I could ever like heaven forbid something ever happens, right? Like I think statistically I die first in the equation, right? I'll just throw that out there. I'm going to get a text from Demi because she hates this conversation. But I think statistically, right, I would be the one that dies first.
Sure.
She should have every right to go, and if that happens, she can do whatever she wants. She should be happy.
Right.
If it were the reverse, like if she were to pass first,
right,
I don't think I would go through the whole emotional thing again of like reing up on a relationship.
Right.
It's just deep, dude. Like it's like, and then to be like the age that these people are,
right.
Like, do you think they're doing it just because they want to feel something and like that, as they're
Yeah, I mean, you can tell maybe something's
going
been
from
missing.
third heading home, you know?
Yeah, they just want to spend the rest of their life with someone.
It's just like
just having fun and
yeah,
just a good person.
It's just like it takes such like an amount of energy.
Well, there are no like villains. Sometimes in like The Bachelor or in reality or in real life, right? There are villains, right? Or people who you're like, I can't really relate with that person. They're pretty negative. Everyone here's pretty nice, pretty sweet, pretty charming.
It's a different take on the show.
Yeah, it's great.
There's definitely like in the past I've seen clips. I've never watched,
Okay.
I genuinely can say that. I have not watched.
I just
don't
watched
think
30 minutes of the little reels.
Basically, I just watched the summation clips so that way
Correct.
I have every talking point that everyone cares about.
Right.
I don't are they all hugging each other like as one of them as they're leaving? Like they're banding together, like the contestants are banding together, or are they all on their own island?
Yeah, I mean, there's kind of a bit of like, but the people who have to leave are so sad.
Oh, I'm sure.
That they're like
devastated.
Yeah, they just kind of want to get out of there.
Because there's the emotional roller coaster of like, okay, they applied for the show first off, which had to have been months, you would think, at least in advance. Could have been a year, maybe 2 years. I don't know how far out they're doing production calls on this kind of stuff. And then you go through the whole process of interview. There's probably multiple rounds of interviews. Right. Then you're getting flying. You gotta adapt your personal life. That's the part that gets me. Like you taking 16 weeks off of work.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's
a
long time off of work.
Somebody missed their daughter's wedding.
What?
Yeah.
Over this?
Yeah. Over love, Justin.
Yeah, but then you question what's the relationship like if you're missing the wedding.
Right.
You're like, I've got to go find my own love.
Right. Mom, I want you to be happy.
Yeah, it must have been weird.
Yeah.
So, and then now like they're watching it, right? It's because it's all pre-recorded. It's all recorded and that they're releasing.
It's not future recorded.
It's not what?
Future recorded. Recorded from the future?
No. It's the reverse of that.
Right.
It's the reverse. It's anti-flash.
Yes. Most things in life are pre-recorded.
But in the sense that the outcome has already occurred. Like whether he marries or who he marries.
Yes.
And so there's this time in between of the episodes airing.
Right.
If he did marry someone, I'm assuming he did.
Sure.
I'm assuming he found love.
Right.
And now going back and watching the episodes, that would be probably also the weird part for me.
Right.
Because then, like, you're seeing the reactions. Like, what was he doing with these other chicks?
Right. He really did have a connection with Diane. And he told me he didn't.
See?
But I always knew he did.
See? And then you really start getting into the realness of relationship.
Gary!
Who's lying?
Right.
Jerry or Gary? Which is it? Do we even know?
I always know until I see your face.
My face triggers you to not know?
Yeah, just for some reason causes...
I mean, I'm saying Gerry.
Yeah, I think it's
What
Gary.
does that spell?
I think it is Gary.
Jerry.
I think it is... I know what it looks like it is. I think it's the opposite. That's how I remember it.
If it walks like a duck, if it sounds like a duck, it's a Jerry.
Right. But it's a Gary. So
844 Studio 4. Is it Gary or is it Jerry?
well, is it Go or is it Jew? Joe? Because you're saying Gego.
Okay, so let's sound out each
Gary.
other. G G G G E E E E
Gary.
Jerry.
You're just whipping a J
Yeah.
out from left field here.
But can't G and J be interchanged
They can.
synonymously?
Sure, if you're just gonna
Make up rules?
right.
Isn't
The
that what we
man-
do?
The man said his name was Gary.
He said it was, but why did his parents write it as if it's Jerry?
Must be a Minnesota thing.
He's from Minnesota.
Oh yeah.
Does he have a deep Minnesotian accent?
It's not too bad.
Is it Minnesotian or Minnesotite?
Minnesotan.
Minnesotian?
Minnesotan.
You ever been to Minnesota?
I have not.
Me either. I hear it's cold.
I feel like it gets cold.
Real cold. I've been to Ohio when it's cold, and that's like you look outside and it looks sunny, but then you step outside and you're like, whoa, not prepared. It's like deep chills.
It was really a shock, truthfully.
Oh, gosh.
I wasn't expecting it. I was falling in love with him.
3
I
weeks
just
in.
thought he was the one, so it's a little upsetting. But his experience has been one of the best experiences of my life. I have a lot more optimism about love
Cars
and
driving by.
possibility of finding love at this stage in my life. He's a really special guy.
This was
He
so
is,
great.
and he deserves to be happy. He's been through a lot.
Thank you, ABC, for the $10,000.
Yes.
I'm assuming it's ABC?
Yes, that was Ellen. She did not make it through last night. I liked Ellen. Her, you know how they give like a little something about the contestant, right? Is that
Sure.
what it is? A contestant? She
Yeah, they're
said-
all contestants.
Right. She said she was pickleball co-captain, which I thought was
Oh,
funny
that's strong.
because there's only 2 people on the court, so if you're you're both the captains.
Then you can both win.
Yeah, you're not listening to.
I was listening to
No,
you.
you weren't. Go
I
back,
was.
run the tape. Run the tape. You were looking down at your phone.
I did have a quick glance at my phone, but I was actively listening to what you were saying about co-piloting life together.
Co-captain.
Right, of the
Co-captain.
pickleball courts.
Right. There's 2 people. So
In
it's just
Cornelius.
funny. It's funny
Right.
because.
Do you
co-captain-
want co-captains? Like, where is that worked out well?
Justin? It's not even about. It's just a joke.
Oh, it's supposed to
Co-captain.
be.
There's only 2 people on the team.
I
with
guess
both
it's because I have.
co-captains. You're just not paying attention.
I am. I'm just trying to dig myself out of the hole.
It's fine.
Gosh. Have you played pickleball yet?
I have not.
Have they played pickleball on the show? Has Golden Bachelor? Did they play pickleball?
I think they may have. I missed 2 episodes.
You haven't gone back and watched?
because the forum. I haven't had time.
Yeah. Nat's going on a plane today, right?
Yes.
So she's flying out. Is she a window, middle, or aisle type of flyer? What is she like?
She's pretty flexible. I'm sure she would prefer either a window or an aisle.
Window or an aisle. So she doesn't
Right,
want to
who
be
would-
the middle.
Who would pick that?
The middle?
Yeah.
Some people like to snuggle.
Okay.
And that's the choice. Well, United's got this new boarding process. We're going to talk about it. United's got a new boarding process. So if you're a frequent flyer,
Arm wrestling?
arm wrestling?
Is that how they choose?
I don't know.
Sorry.
That would be good.
I keep throwing you off. man.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
okay. We're going to find out, though. United's new boarding process. Let's find out if people like it or not. 844 Studio 4. Frequent flyers unite.
Keep it right here. Justin will be right back with more Good Morning LKN on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The WSIC yard sale is this weekend. Come by the radio station and enjoy a day of fun. The world famous Pat Shannon will be hosting a special edition of the Home Ad Show. Live music, food trucks, bounty houses. Selling starts at 6 a.m. this Saturday. Yard sale spots are free. The WSIC yard sale, 1117 Radio Road in Statesville. Saturday from 6 a.m. until 2 p.m. Pumpkin picking at Kerrigan Farms. Experience the pumpkin patch at Kerrigan Farms by booking your experience now at KerriganFarms.com. KerriganFarms.com for a pumpkin picking adventure. Santa is coming to town. Schedule your time to take pictures with Santa at Birkdale Village. Spots are limited and must be scheduled in advance. Santa will be at Birkdale between November 19th and Christmas Eve. Appointments include time with Santa and 8 digital images from a professional photographer. For more info and to schedule your time with Santa, visit BirkdaleVillage.com. Want to enjoy a night of magic? Eric Jones, a worldwide award-winning magician, is coming to Kane Center for the Arts this Saturday. Buy your tickets before they sell out. KaneArts.org. Eric Jones the Magician this Saturday. Doors open at 7 p.m. KaneArts.org. Have an event you'd like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
The Renaissance Festival is back Saturdays and Sundays now through November 19th. Save your dates. Don't miss the Renaissance Festival. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com while supplies last.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Patchy fog this morning, mostly before 10 a.m. Otherwise, we're going to have sunny skies and a hot day today. We'll get up near 80 degrees. As you head into the evening, though, some clouds will roll in. We'll have partly cloudy conditions with that low temperature only dipping down to 56. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Revitalize your landscape with ease. Experience hassle-free transformations with Drum Landscape Supply's swift and reliable delivery service. Visit drumlandscapesupply.com today. Drum Landscape Supply, your local one-stop landscape shop.
Call now to speak with Justin Ckezepis at 844-STUDIO-4. It's Good Morning LKN on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 7:48. Happy Friday to you. If you're getting ready to hit the streets, be safe driving into work. Enjoy that Friday with your crew. Sitting around water cooler talk. I got the latest thing for you. Ask your workmates when you get to work, when you get to the office. Ask them about how they feel about United Airlines' new method of boarding. Most commonly, I think this has probably since the beginning of flights. You start with the front of the plane and work your way back in sections, right? Like that's the way they do it. First class, come on, first class. Business, now boarding business class. Section 1. If you've section 1 on your ticket, you may board. If you do not have section 1 listed on your ticket, please do not attempt to board the plane. Well, now they're changing it up. Now, rather than by section, if you are a window seat, you will board the plane first, regardless of section. If you have a window seat, you will be boarding your United Airline flight first. That seems, is it discriminatory?
No.
Some people just don't like windows.
Right.
Some people don't like. Some people are deathly afraid of flying.
Sure.
That even have to fly.
Right.
And they do not want to look out the window.
Okay.
So they would be forced to board last?
First?
If they no, if they're aisle. Because if you go from window to aisle, right? Because you don't want the window.
Right. It's not discriminatory at all.
It's not?
No.
How do you feel about the efficiency of it? Do you think it improves efficiency?
Man, if it saves 2 minutes, it's worth it.
Okay, so 2 minutes. 2 minutes is what the spokesperson for United says is what it saves. 2 minutes makes that big of a difference. That's how micro we have to go with solving problems at airports is by 2 minutes.
Yeah, no, I don't think it makes too much of a difference. It's nice to see they're thinking about us, though.
By doing this, we're saving 2 minutes, Linda Jojo, United's chief customer service officer, said. So if we can get 2 minutes back on this flight and 2 minutes back on the next flight, we're going to help, especially those customers traveling later in the day to be closer on time. So
Right.
they're saying like a waterfall effect with the 2 minutes?
Sure.
2 minutes.
2 minutes
2
adds
minutes.
up.
2 minutes. Yeah, but if you think about how many times like that singular plane is going to be like loading and unloading in a day, 4 times? What do you think? Like even if you puddle jump a couple hour flight like 4 times a day?
I don't know the answer to that, but it's really not even the loading that takes time. It's like
Isn't it people's stuff?
it's like sitting in waiting to take off.
Right.
Or sitting waiting to pull up to a tarmac. So we need to figure out that solution.
So the loading, see, and that's, I guess the question is, by doing this rather than by section, you say, okay, everyone with a window,
Right.
everyone in the middle, everyone in the aisle. That might be more efficient. That overhead space, though, becomes
Premium.
complicated game. So
Right.
the cost of a window seat goes up, I would imagine, supply and demand.
That's how I would play it.
I mean, definitely, because knowing if that's how it's loaded, rather than like go front of the plane, back of the plane.
Mm.
But I think like, isn't it too like statistically and like with the science and the safety test, the back of the plane is like the worst spot of the plane to be. Like if you're gonna have to make an emergency landing, it's pretty much guaranteed death.
Oh wow. No.
That's not true.
I
That's,
don't know.
Oh, okay. Uneducated, uninformed. We'll stick with
Right.
that. Yeah.
If you're in a plane crash, I'm pretty sure that plane is the pretty bad spot to be.
I would figure you'd want to be closest to the pilots because they're going to save themselves.
Right.
Right?
Right. Just naturally.
Yeah. So
Right.
being closer to the front is the ideal scenario. Are prices on flights going down? Because Nat seems to be a frequent flyer. Are they?
She operates. She's a savvy.
Yeah, I would imagine she probably knows some tricks and
Point
tricks to the
getter,
trade and all
point
that. Yeah,
earner.
yeah. I would imagine she knows how the game's played.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Does she do the booking of the flights when you guys are flying together? Like you
I would say 9 times out of 9. Yeah.
9 times out of 9. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Do you like flying or no? Are you afraid of flying?
I'm not afraid of really anything.
Anything at all?
I take it back. I am scared of some things.
Like the phone ringing in the middle of a segment? 844 Studio 4. I don't know. Do you think the window game is the way to do it? Let the windows go in first, and then your middles, and then your aisles. And that's assuming it's a three wide plane, right? That's the thing you got to keep in mind. So a lot of small planes are only 2 wide. So instead of, if we eliminate that middle seat, are we getting even more efficient? Can we jump it from 2 minutes to 3 minutes as far as efficiency goes? Not a bad thing. Not a bad thing to check out, figure out. I'd be curious to see if it helps. Because if I think about the way people load onto the plane, okay, by section, I don't know. I guess I go back and forth. Maybe it's a net neutral. Maybe it doesn't do anything. I guess, is it on United to make the process better in each individual airline? Because what they rent, I would imagine, right? They lease the rights to particular terminals and all that kind of stuff. I don't know how that game works. I don't fly frequently enough to really know how that game works. You're much more of a frequent flyer than I am.
Yeah.
So.
Justin, I just got off the phone.
I know. That's why I just played a little game there.
Yeah.
It didn't work, though. It wasn't as cool as I thought it would be. See, and then the phone rings again. See, and then this is it. So so Bill just gets to hop in and out of these conversations like it's no big deal. Like it's no big deal for me to just be left alone with my thoughts here and just to survive. That's really what this is. That's what life is really about. Survival of the fittest. How do I do it? I eat ribs. That's how I survive. If you need to do something to figure out life. Are you okay with ribs? You like ribs? Ribs are pretty good. There's a difference, right? Pork ribs and beef ribs. There's a difference in that. Some people tell me that they won't touch pork ribs. I'll eat pork ribs and beef ribs. Who you got on the phone? Okay, cool. Got Justin Dion on the phone hopping in. So I mentioned earlier the new Kane Center spring lineup got announced last night, and I'm looking at the website. Nice work, sir. There's some cool acts you got coming up in the spring.
Oh, thanks, man. Thanks, buddy. We are very excited about it. But look, hang on. So before we get into that real quick, I gotta ask, is anything missing from the studio? Because if anyone heard our show or watched it the other day, we had a magician on.
Yeah, stuff was disappearing left and right.
It was a pretty killer show.
It was a great show.
I thought it was I thought it was great. Like y'all, if someone hasn't watched it, they need to go like onto the YouTube, WSIC YouTube, and go watch that show.
Oh, yeah.
It was great.
All the social platforms. Did he leave the Rolex? I didn't find the Rolex. I assumed that maybe he would have let that one stay
No
here.
comment.
Yeah, okay. I
No comment.
just figured I'd ask. So last night you guys
No
had the
comment on that.
announcement for your spring lineup.
Yes,
and
sir.
I'm looking here.
Yeah, man.
You got some big names. You got some local names. I feel like, are there a lot more acts in the spring? I mean, am I just making that up? It seems like there's a long list here.
It's a little bit of a larger lineup this spring, but still a lot. I mean, still consistent-ish with what we did this fall. I think we might have one or two more than we had this fall. But yeah, it's a good mix, man. Again, yeah, we're really, this will be the third, season, because we do our seasons like by like an actual season. So like fall, spring, that kind of thing. So every season we continue to learn, with what folks enjoy and what our audiences tell us they like and what they ask for. And we're always going to keep moving forward with that kind of stuff. So yeah, we've got like you said, diverse, bringing in, some local favorites like Rocky Lynn, right? And actually it's really cool. This Be More Chill show is actually like a local Lake Norman, like youth performer kind of showcase.
That's
right?
cool.
So you know how we did like the Lake Norman Songwriter Showcase
Yeah.
In the fall. This is in a local Lake Norman like youth performer showcase with this show, Be More Chill. So we're really excited to be able to kind of offer that as well.
Is Socks in the Frying Pan music or is that theater?
Oh yeah, dude, they are traditional Irish, like a traditional Irish band.
Ooh. And then you got some kid stuff on
yeah.
here.
Oh, yeah,
Dinosaur World Live. You're gonna have a Tyrannosaurus Rex inside of Kane Arts Center?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So that's going to be a great show. It's Easter weekend, that Friday night of Good Friday and then Saturday afternoon on Easter weekend. If your kids like dinosaurs, you got to come to the show.
And then you
Like,
got the
it's
stunt
these
dog
big,
experience.
huge puppets.
Yeah. And the stunt dog
Yeah.
experience too. I bet
Yeah.
you that one is going to be real popular.
I know. I hope so. What happens is I get lots of emails and calls and stuff from agents with acts like, hey, you should consider this. You should consider this. And the stunt dogs one came across my desk, and I was like, man, I know how much people in the Lake Norman region love their animals and love dogs. And I know you guys were just at, the Great American Dog Show that they had in Cornelius. And, we saw that. Actually, I don't know if you knew this, but, my dog actually took first place for most irresistible ears.
That's awesome. I didn't realize that. I met your dog. It's a giant hound dog, right? You have a giant hound?
Yeah, big old basset hound.
Ooh. They get loud.
But yeah, they can be when they get upset. They just have a lot of personality.
What upsets your dog most? What upsets your dog most?
Pretty much like if they want to be fed and I'm not feeding them at the rate that they would like.
Radio fan, we're going to take a quick break. We're talking to Justin Dion, Executive Director of Kane Center for the Arts. The new spring lineup has been announced. KaneArts.org. That's CAIN arts.org. Digital fam, stick with us. We're going to talk with Justin here during the break if he'll stick around with us. Hang on, Radio fam. We're coming back. All right. So looking at you got Jeff Allen coming back too.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I added that. So Jeff sold out like a month before his actual show this fall. And his agent really wanted to add another performance this fall, but we couldn't work it out with his schedule and our schedule. So he was like, well, why don't we just book him back for the spring when he's coming back on his next leg of his spring tour? And so I was like, yeah, let's do it. So, and we actually scheduled him in a way that, and he's already sold like 125 tickets for the spring performance. But we've got it scheduled in a way that if it fills up again, we'll just add an early show.
Okay, then you've got a legend on here. You've got John Oates that's of Hall & Oates, right? I would assume.
Listen, I can't go for that. All right, no can do. All right.
Will he play that song?
Hey-o.
Will he play that song? Do you know during his performance?
Hey, I don't want to make any guarantees because I'm not responsible for an artist playlist, but I want to say there's probably a good chance.
It would make sense.
Probably a good chance. That and Maneater. I'm sure he'll play some Maneater. But that's cool. Yeah, it's a really cool opportunity. A cool story about that. We've been we've been chasing getting John for a while, for 6 months or so. I wanted to bring him this past fall. We just couldn't quite grab his agent's attention. And then we have another booking agent who helps us out with booking some of the shows, because I approve and curate all the shows. But it's hard for me to literally talk to every single agent for every single show.
Sure.
So we have an agent who helps us out with that, and she told me that we were chasing John, and finally it was like, God, I want to say, we're in October right now. It was probably in late August. She finally emails me and she says, I just got an email from John, and he said, hey, I want to play this little venue of yours in North Carolina that I keep hearing about.
Oh, snap.
And so I was like, all right, there we go.
So people are paying attention to what's going on at Kane Center.
I think so. I think maybe we're starting to develop a cool reputation in the internally within the performers and the agents and stuff, which is great, because that's what you want to do. That helps you get those, like I was just saying, it helps you get those shows. It helps you get those acts because they hear good things. They hear, yeah, man, they're good people. They take care of you. The audiences are great, and then they all want to come.
When you consider like the different types of acts, like as you're planning, like you said, you curate and when an artist wants to come, how do you make the decision like, we can squeeze one more and we can add more, because I saw like even with the fall lineup, right, like you guys added a few, and so like people probably say, oh, we want more, but like you've got capacity, your team's got capacity, the facility's got capacity. How do you balance that as like once you're into a season?
Well, we'll add more still. Like even this spring, like I've already got a couple dates that we'll probably add in the spring. What we're learning with that is like the season starts in January, and tickets for the spring, will go on sale to the public next Friday. So, next Friday, everyone set your calendars. Next Friday, get online and buy those tickets. Because it's donor pre-sales. We do donor pre-sales from last night all the way up and all next week until Friday. And then next Friday, public on sale goes on. And what I'll do is as we look at adding any performances, I probably won't add any performances before March. So that way, if we add performances, I have time to make sure to market them and work them in, so that people can know about them and buy the tickets. And part of that is that since we don't announce them in the brochure, it could be harder for some folks to know if they're not on our mailing list. They may not know about the shows that we add. And part of that with your capacity question is just being mindful about the kind of shows that I add. So things I'm going to look at adding into the spring are probably more stand-up comedy, because stand-up comedy is a lower capacity need on our team, right? It's one person and a microphone. That is a lot less requirement than, a big band or a full, touring show that's going to bring up a bus and a truck and all those things.
What about when like someone wants to play
kinda
multiple
right now.
shows, right? Like, so I look here at Forever Young, for example, right? They've got what it looks like 3 different show types, and then Be More Chill has 4. Like, how do you balance that in the equation as well?
So those were my ideas. So last year, Forever Young sold out 2 performances. So, and there were still people that were like, man, I wish I had gotten to see that. So I reached out to them when I was booking this fall or this spring and said, hey, I was talking to their agent. I said, let's see if we can do 3 performances here, and so that way, hopefully that's how I booked that. And then when we go, and then when we do the,
if you got to take care of something real quick, go ahead. I can
okay.
let me rejoin radio. You go take care of what you got to take care of. Can you stick with us for a few more minutes, or you got to go?
Yeah. Okay, rejoin radio. Yeah. I can stick with you. I can talk as I'm driving.
Yeah. Okay.
Look at
Cool.
my car.
Yeah, he's hands free though. He's hands free. No, he's hands free. It's
Yeah.
okay. Don't get nervous,
I am
people.
hands-free.
Don't get nervous. All All right, Digital Fam, we're talking with Justin Dione, Executive Director of Cain Center.
I'm trying to get my daughter to school.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Cain Center for the Arts, CAIN, cainarts.org. You can see the new lineup for the spring season. Quite the robust lineup. Like Justin said, tickets go on sale next Friday. So if you want to get your tickets, if you're not a donor, not already a member, then you want to be on the lookout for that. Set your calendar. We're going to rejoin with radio right now.
0.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 8:06. Happy Friday to you. If you just hopped in the car, maybe you're on your way taking your kids to school, maybe you're on your way to work, whatever it is you're doing, we hope you are having a great Friday thus far. Looking forward to the weekend. If you're ever looking for something to do, you should always consider Cain Center for the Arts, CAIN, cainarts.org. You can buy your tickets online there. New spring lineup has been announced. It got announced last night. Joining us on the phone, Justin Dione, Executive Director of Cain Center for the Arts. Justin, you were telling us, educating us about the lineup, kind of how your thought process works when you fill in. What do you see kind of as, okay, you're coming into, what season is this? 3 or 4 for Cain Center? Is this the 4th season technically for spring?
This will be the third.
3rd season. So
this will be the 3rd. Yes, there are 3rd.
So you know the art scene very well. You've been in it for a long time. I mean, you studied this kind of stuff in college, even back in the day. So from the progression for Cain Center coming up on 3rd season, like what would you say is the big goal by the end of season 3?
Honestly, I think it's to hopefully just start to get settled in a little more for our flows as far as learning timing for us as a team. Like, is this the right timing for audiences? Are these the right times for shows? We're paying attention. For instance, like you may remember that last spring, our first season, we had an St. Patty's Day weekend. We had the Tartan Terrors, and it went great. And so this year we have Socks in the Frying Pan on St. Patty's Day weekend, and they're an Irish band as well, right? So, hey, is that going to be popular again? And if it is, then does that mean that we start having little traditions that we do, right? Like, we're looking at that. Are there certain traditions of things that people like? Part of our spring season now is also our anniversary. You may have seen we have an anniversary concert by Mandy Gonzalez. She's coming January the 6th. That'll kick off the spring season with our anniversary celebration, and it's a full. Mandy is a full Broadway performer. She was in the original cast of In the Heights and has been played. She's been in Wicked and been in Hamilton and lots of Broadway shows and big Broadway resume. And that show includes a catered stations dinner and beverages and all that kind of stuff involved too. So that's, are people going to enjoy that? And hopefully people come do that. Maybe that becomes a tradition as well. So I think that's one of the things, right, that we're looking at in general with all our seasons is, are we establishing traditions as well within these local audiences? Are we finding things that people like and consistencies as well? Hey, like we were saying with that dog show, right? If that is a big hit, then that lets me know, great, more of that kind of stuff is popular, right? Like Eric Jones, the Magician. We've still got tickets left by all means, but we've had a good response. So we've sold almost 300 tickets to the Magician, which I didn't know how that was going to do for sure, right? So it's good to kind of learn more about what audiences like to see up here.
I'm always impressed when we get a chance to chat, because you focus so much on the experience side for people that want to come and have a cool experience. And even the Mandy Gonzalez show, like you're mentioning, right? Like, this is more of a formal type thing. I see here it's a black tie fundraiser. There's going to be a meal, the performance. So you're offering more than just a singular, hey, buy a ticket, come to the show. Is that part of what you see as the vision? Because you talk about experience all the time, so I'm assuming, is that kind of culturally what you really want to promote Cain Center to be about?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's something that I 100% believe in. From the time that I even from the time I even was in Salisbury with Lee Street Theater, we would talk about the full audience and community experience, right? We want to take, you've probably heard me say a lot about this on the show, on Know the Scene and everything, right? Like, I want to really disarm people when it comes to what they think when they think about, I'm going to see a show or I'm going to an art center. I don't want that to be a attention creating thing, right? I want people to go, oh, no, you got to understand, we're going to go there, and it's not just going to be go see a show. It's going to be, I'm going to see my friends there, I'm going to see my neighbors, I'm going to have, a beverage if I want, I'm going to be able to see some cool art, and hey, and a lot of our shows, you've been to a couple, when they can, certain artists will come out for meet and greets after. For artists that maybe are a little bit bigger name and don't do that, we do offer for some, again, at certain levels, you can do pre-show meet and greets with the artist, or some artists will do pre-show Q&As or sound check experiences as well. So we're all about learning what that is and enhancing that, so that when people go to the Kane Center, it's more than just I'm gonna go and leave. They think about it as a full night out with their friends or their families, and it's a full thing.
I'm excited for Rocky Lynn to come down to Corntown. I'm very excited about that. Me
too, man. Like I'm gonna see how that goes. Yeah.
He can play, and so for everyone in the Lake Norman area, come buy a ticket to see Rocky Lynn. This dude can play. I have had the opportunity. It's really cool that he's in Studio A, right? His studio space is in the same building. So, and I'll be walking around. This guy walks around with no shoes on, and he'll invite me in and Ben in sometime, and we'll go sit in his studio. He's like, hey, I just wrote this song. What do you think? And he'll just play it. And this guy just literally will write songs every single day and just jam session through the hallways. So great opportunity to see a local artist that definitely can play, and a wide variety of shows. When I'm looking at this lineup, my head would be spinning if I had to keep up with this many moving parts, I think, in a short amount of time. What's been so far of all the acts that you've enjoyed? Maybe not necessarily from the performance side, but just again from an overall experience, working with the Kane Center, relationship. What's been some of your top ones thus far?
Oh man, God, that's a great question. Just so far, all together.
Yeah, all together through the past year and a half.
All right. So I can't not mention our grand opening with Renee Elise Goldsberry. For me personally, right. So obviously, grand opening, huge big deal. And me personally, I've been a big fan of Hamilton, right? So Hamilton for me was, so I got to say that I probably wouldn't be doing what I am right now at Kane Center for the Arts if it weren't for the show Hamilton. And that sounds crazy because you're like, well, Justin, wait a minute. That was in New York. That's some big Broadway show. Why would that impact you? Well, I was literally in Salisbury running Lee Street Theater and, was doing all right and having fun and everything. Lee Street's a great company. They're still doing great. But, I was really inspired by the Hamilton story of Lin-Manuel Miranda and him creating this second show of his and how it grew and everything. And I really followed it, and it just really inspired me to go and continue to push things in my life. That's what made me decide to pull the trigger on going to grad school, which then led to meeting the people in Cornelius, which then led to being at Kane Center for the Arts, right? So getting to have the first ever show at Kane Center with Renee Elise Goldsberry was this full circle moment for me. It was absolutely phenomenal. I literally looked at her backstage when I got to meet her, and I said, I want you to know, literally, this place is a part of a reason that this place is here is because of the work that you and your team did on Hamilton.
We're talking with Justin Dion,
it was so cool to get that.
Executive Director of Kane Center for the Arts. Sorry, brother, you know how the clock goes. He is also the host of Know the Scene every Tuesday, 4 to 5. He has magicians coming in. We're coming back. Good morning, fam. Appreciate you, Justin.
Thanks, Justin.
More Good Morning LKN with Justin Ckezepis is coming up on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The WSIC yard sale is this weekend. Come by the radio station and enjoy a day of fun. The world-famous Pat Shannon will be hosting a special edition of the Home Ad Show. Live music, food trucks, bouncy houses, Selling starts at 6 a.m. this Saturday. Yard sale spots are free. The WSIC Yard Sale, 1117 Radio Road in Statesville. Saturday from 6 a.m. until 2 p.m. Pumpkin picking at Kerrigan Farms. Experience the pumpkin patch at Kerrigan Farms by booking your experience now at KerriganFarms.com. KerriganFarms.com for a pumpkin picking adventure. Santa is coming to town. Schedule your time to take pictures with Santa at Birkdale Village. Spots are limited and must be scheduled in advance. Santa will be at Birkdale between November 19th and Christmas Eve. Appointments include time with Santa and 8 digital images from a professional photographer. For more info and to schedule your time with Santa, visit BirkdaleVillage.com. Want to enjoy a night of magic? Eric Jones, a worldwide award-winning magician, is coming to Kane Center for the Arts this Saturday. Buy your tickets before they sell out. KaneArts.org. Eric Jones, the Magician, this Saturday. Doors open at 7 p.m. KaneArts.org. Have an event you'd like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on Events to submit your event today.
The Renaissance Festival is back Saturdays and Sundays now through November 19th. Eat, drink, be merry at the Renaissance Festival. Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com while supplies last.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Patchy fog this morning, mostly before 10 a.m. Otherwise, we're going to have sunny skies and a hot day today. We'll get up near 80 degrees. As you head into the evening, though, some clouds will roll in. We'll have partly cloudy conditions with that low temperature only dipping down to 56. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Now, more stimulating talk for Lake Norman Statesville with Justin Ckezepis. It's Good Morning LKN on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 8:18. Happy Friday to you. If you're on your way to work, we hope you're driving safe out there. The streets. We got to take a look. Jeff with iCats is on the phone. RideICats.com. Alternative transportation. $3 to take you from Iredell County to the city of Charlotte. Daily commute, $3 each way. Jeff, how are people acting today?
Things are pretty good, Justin. 77 north and south from Statesville to Charlotte is good. In Huntersville, north and southbound, little heavier traffic, but things are flowing. No accidents to report. I haven't heard of any incidents on the secondary roads in Statesville and Mooresville, so it's a good start to our Friday.
All right, that's a good way we like it. Now, Jeff, it's a big weekend in football. Panthers are back. Ohio State is your squad. Chapel Hill. How you feeling about the weekend?
Well, Ohio State plays Wisconsin. It's always a little tough there in Randall Stadium in Wisconsin, but I think Ohio State will beat them. Carolina had a big letdown last week, so they play at Georgia Tech. Hopefully they rebound. I don't know. It's weird. They're just when you think they've got it together, they kind of lose it. So I'm not so sure about that game, but in the Panthers, I hope they win one. But it's rough being a Panther fan right now.
Do the Panthers get their first win this weekend?
I'm not holding my breath for it. I hope they do.
All right, Jeff, we appreciate the honest perspective. As usual, we hope you have a great weekend, sir. Looking forward to chatting with you on Monday.
All right, have a great weekend, Justin.
You too, Jeff. Take care, sir. RideICats.com, alternative transportation. If you are needing a ride around town, maybe you need a ride over to Lowry Drug to pick up your prescription. Maybe you've got a consultation and you're wanting to chat with the man himself, And so rideicats.com. You can schedule your drive over to Lowry Drug, located on Hartness Road, just across the street from Iredell Memorial. We've got Dr. Fred on the phone right now. I thought my physical was later, sir. I apologize. Did I miss the appointment?
You're always missing an appointment, aren't you?
Typically, yes, sir. Absolutely. Happy Friday to you.
I know that's not true. A happy Friday to you too. Beautiful day.
A beautiful day in the neighborhood. What are you doing right now?
Well, I'm preparing to get back into the work mode a little bit. Of course, I've been doing that before now, but just thought I'd give you a call about our program coming up this later today at 4:00.
What kind of drama are you going to be dropping today? What have you discovered right now, Dr. Fred? And I'm being looked at right now like I need to tread lightly because you sir, you're in the deep state of this stuff. What do you got going on today at 4:00?
Well, there's so many things to talk about, so many things I'm interested in. But how about this? Tyson Foods has made an agreement with a insect production company. They're going to be building the first insect processing plant for food, I think, in this country. And the company they're partnering with, ironically, is called Pro Ticks.
You think it'll be ticks on it, or will it be locusts? Which do you think we're going to be processing first?
Well, I think they're looking at the some type of worm for protein and fat content. So
do you eat bugs? Do you ever, when you're out in the wilderness, are you willing to eat bugs?
Not intentionally. I'm sure I have in the past, but no, that's not on my radar. Thank you.
I had mentioned
how about you?
I have. I'm not afraid when I'm in the wilderness to get that good protein going on. And I had mentioned to Bill, the producer here. I don't know if you're going to know anything about this. I'm hopeful you will. Isn't there like a rule, like when food comes in, particularly fruit, into our country, that there's like a level of amount of bugs that are allowed to be on that fruit as far as standards go? And it's not zero. The standard is not zero. Is that correct, or do you know anything about that?
Well, I think I don't know anything about that, but I think it has to be correct because I think it'd be impossible to not have insects, on food, fruit, that type of thing. But they do have ways of taking care of that, which sometimes are not positive for our health, including pesticides. So what are you going to do?
I feel like even though it's getting colder outside, I'm still getting bit by mosquitoes. Can I just make my own DEET at my house and use that? Is that an okay remedy? Or what about mosquitoes? You got any remedies on that by chance?
Oh, yeah. The company Nantucket Spider makes insect repellents that are from essential oils. It's a very good company. Works good. Joe Berg tried it. He's a mosquito magnet, and apparently, and he said it works great for him.
I heard that, and I got this random tidbit of knowledge from a neighbor that I am type O blood, the universal type, I think. And do you know if that's true? Like if you're type O, you get bit more often than someone who's not type O? Have you heard that before?
I have not. I think there is something to whatever your toxic load is, and the smells that you're putting off, perhaps. But type O is the hunter-gatherer blood type, so I would think you should be immune to getting bit.
Yeah, I would hope I would. I have a heavy toxic load though that I continue to produce out of my body. Very likely on that. So as people are entering toward the winter months here, what are a couple of health tips that you can give some people? Because there's a lot of sickness going around, right? My kids are getting the cough these days. I think everybody has the runny nose. That whole flu season's starting up. What's your take as we enter the cold months?
Well, I think certainly vitamin C daily, 500 milligrams maybe a couple times a day. Vitamin D, get out and get some sunlight. If you can't, take a vitamin D supplement. And eat good food. There's nothing more important than trying to eat good food that is as free as possible from toxins. Stay away from obviously fast foods, ultra processed foods. If you don't know the name, what's in the ingredients, don't get it.
I'm curious. I feel like this is the second time I've heard in the past week. Vitamin D in tablet form. When did we learn to harness the power of the sun in tablet form?
Well, actually, they make vitamin D. In the way they create it is that they irradiate things with ultraviolet light. So, you're actually making vitamin D from light, whether it's through your skin or the products that you take that are on the shelf.
What are the hot products?
Light is really important.
Light is important, and in this studio and Studio A, Studio C, Studio A is similar in that it's pretty dark in the studio. So as you know, we hang out kind of in a cave throughout the day. That's no different down here in Studio C. What are the hot products? People are coming in. Is there anything in particular people are asking about these days? You got that natural honey. You got the beautiful showroom. You got the compound laboratory. What is it that people are coming in? Or anything consistent that you're seeing these days?
Well, certainly. Pain management, CBD oil, we've got that product, and the post-vidco type symptoms. People are looking for answers for that, and there are a lot of things out there that can help people with their recovery. So
I've heard of ivermectin. Is that one of them? Is that a big thing, or am I making that up?
Ivermectin is primarily an anti-parasitic medication, and but it also, amazingly enough, has a lot of antiviral properties. So doctors were prescribing that, still are, for COVID type symptoms. There's still some of that going on out there. It's very effective, I think. It was demonized by the FDA. Much to their discredit, could have saved more lives, I think. So it's a very interesting product.
What's your favorite product that you guys sell? Like, do you just go in the back and oh wait, no, let me ask you this. I meant to ask you this a couple weeks ago. The throat lozenge things that you'll eat like candy when you come in and you got a little bit of tickle in your throat. What are those little tablets that you're down in? You're not doing just like a bunch of tabs of acid or anything like that, are you, before you go on air?
That is Fisherman's Friend. Generally I don't talk so much all the time, and so during that program, I don't know what it is, but sometimes, depending on the day or whatever, I get a little tickle in my throat, and that helps.
And so what is it made of? Like, is it fish oil, or what is it?
No, it's I think it's got menthol. It's the primary ingredient. They don't taste very good. I don't think you'd like them very much.
I'm gonna have to try one now, just because you said that. I'm gonna try one next time I see you.
But yeah, but it helps.
You do a great job. Are you enjoying the show? You're at 4:00 now. We got 1 minute left before break. Give us your take. You're at 4 to 5 p.m. on Fridays. I mean, the streets are packed at 4 to 5 o'clock. How you feeling doing your show Friday afternoons these days?
Well, I think it's okay. Going from Monday morning at 8 o'clock to Friday at 4, they probably have more listeners out there. So it's all good.
All right. Well, I'm going to come by and see your yeah, we're going to come by and see your shop. I got to show Ben your shop. He hasn't seen it yet. Our new senior director of sensory. Going to get him out there. Gonna show him your pot farm a little bit too. Get some of that CBD oil going on, some anti-inflammatory and everything else. Dr. Fred, we appreciate you. You can listen to Health Talk every Friday, 4 to 5 p.m. Always an interesting conversation. You can check it out on demand, whether audio or video versions, WSICnews.com and all the social platforms. Thanks, Dr. Fred. Hope you have a great weekend.
You too.
Keep it right here. Justin will be right back with more Good Morning LKN on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
I love your new outfit.
I got it at Diamond Mine Apparel and Accessories. They have a wonderful selection of ladies and men's apparel.
Where are they located?
920 Davie Avenue. Their hours are Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 6. Diamond Mine Apparel and Accessories.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Patchy fog this morning, mostly before 10 a.m. Otherwise, we're going to have sunny skies and a hot day today. We'll get up near 80 degrees. As you head into the evening, though, some clouds will roll in. We'll have partly cloudy conditions with that low temperature only dipping down to 56. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
This is Daniel at NC Auto Repair. Stop by and see us at 1015 Davie Avenue. From now until the end of the year, we're offering 10% discounts on all oil changes for teachers, medical workers, city and county workers. From now until the end of the year, stop by and see us at 1015 Davie Avenue or call us at 980-223-2957. No appointment needed. Remember, if you want to go far, you've got to service that car. NC Auto Repair.
Jim Gaffigan here with some more Straight Talk. Now you can get a Walmart Plus membership, plus not pay for it, because it's included with Straight Talk wireless plans. You get free delivery with Walmart Plus, plus a Paramount Plus subscription included. Plus, you pay less for gas. That's a lot of pluses.
Only Straight Talk gives you unlimited 5G data and Walmart Plus included on select plans for free.
Straight Talk wireless, available at Walmart.
Requires service on Gold or Platinum Unlimited. One offer per eligible account. Paramount Plus Essential Plan only. Separate registration required. Additional terms apply.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Would you like to change your health situation? Improve your current health with a wellness consultation with me, Fred Lowry, pharmacist and doctor of natural medicine. I'll work with you to reach your individual goals. This includes a review of your current medications, supplements, diet, and lifestyle choices. This is a progressive way to improve your current health position for your future. Great for individuals or couples wanting to make improvement. Call me at Lowry Drug in Statesville, 704-873-2247.
This is North Carolina Senator Vicki Sawyer. Join me on Fridays at 11 a.m. for our show, We're Just Saying. We'll discuss state and local politics, and as always, take your calls here on News Talk WSIC.
Now, more Good Morning LKN with Justin Ckezepis on the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Good morning, LKN. 8:33. Happy Friday to you. Got to check the cup real quick. Get down to the bottom of the throw. Going to have to refill it. What I'm going to refill it with? Black Powder Coffee. Located on Highway 150, just to the left of the Chick-fil-A down into the business park. 21 flavors of beans. Grind them up, and they're absolutely delicious. This week, or actually this day, because I just, cut up some last night, Little Pablo in the cup. Columbia, coming to you strong. Coming to us from Studio A in Statesville right now, Joe Berg, WSIC sports director. Not a lot happening in the sports world these days, Joe. Really kind of seems a little soft on the national level. The main focus clearly is local. What is going on throughout Iredell County these days? There's a lot of good teams.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. There's football going on tonight, which is going to be incredible. The biggest game that you're going to look out for is Lake Norman taking on Mooresville. Both of those teams currently sit undefeated. Also, volleyball playoffs are going on right now. And I just want to playoffs. We are in the playoffs in volleyball. And I want to give a shout out to the 3A division because North Iredell has made it to the West Finals. If they win, they go to the Final Four in states, and they have a chance. They got to win 3 more to go win a national or a state championship.
You know the secret to winning really good volleyball games?
What is that?
You got to have a real strong libero. Isn't that what it is? The person in the middle, libero?
I wish I was familiar enough with volleyball to where I could confirm or deny that.
Well, as the sports director, I think it is the libero.
It is. We're going to go with that.
Yeah, the libero. You got to have a real strong libero. That's the nucleus. Or no, no, producer, no, I'm not doing that, Bill. All right, so volleyball playoffs. What's the odds? What's the over/under on the Caesars Palace app via VPN in North Carolina?
I wish they would put some numbers up on these high school games, right?
We might as well. We're already doing college. Why not
Right?
just bring it down to the high school level and let the parents get the parents engaged a little bit more on the sidelines, raise some money for charity. North Carolina claims from the lottery in North Carolina that education is funded via that way. Why can't we do that too?
They can get NIL deals, so you would think that because you can pay a player now, even in high school, you'd be able to, put some money down on it, but you can't, unfortunately.
I would bet on, if I were the team, again, you should be able to bet on yourself that you're going to win. That's what you should be able to bet on yourself for.
Maybe in sports like golf, because it's just you out there, but a team sport, it's a little bit more questionable.
What's questionable is the fact that it's taken so long for the baseball season to end. That's what I begin questioning. And so how close are we to the end now?
We're just beginning. We're just starting. Today is game 1 of the World Series.
So the last two teams. We're down to the last two teams.
We're finally down. I know you cannot wait for us to stop talking baseball.
7 games, and then it's 7, right? I'm assuming it's best out of 7.
Best of 7, yeah. So it could be as few as 4 games, but I don't think that'll happen. I think we'll have a pretty good series here. Game 1 will be in Arlington, as Texas Rangers will be hosting the Diamondbacks. This is the fewest combined wins between two teams playing in the World Series ever. 2 years ago, both of these teams lost over 100 games. So
Baltimore won more than 100 games this year.
They did, but they didn't go to the World Series. Now,
I forgot.
The turnaround that we saw in baseball this year is insane. It's like, I'm going to put this in football terms, it's like if the Panthers actually do go 0-17 this year.
Please don't even say that.
And then in 2025, they go to the Super Bowl. That's what the turnaround
without a first pick during the next year's draft.
Well, I imagine they did have that. But anyway, that is what we've seen in baseball this year. Two teams who 2 years ago were completely off everybody's radar, losing almost every game of the year, and now they're playing each other in the World Series.
True underdog story.
Yeah, and it's a good story for baseball fans. It's a bad story for the MLB, because one of the things that is going to be hard is to drum up some kind of controversy or some kind of excitement for this game, because it would be very easy if the Phillies were playing the Astros. You have Philadelphia, people don't like their fan base, and you have the Astros, who are still dubbed as cheaters. With the Diamondbacks and the Rangers, it's like, what are we marketing here? How do we market this World Series? So baseball, the MLB is probably upset about this World Series, but baseball fans should be excited because it's new blood in there. Finally, some different teams, so we'll be able to put a highlight on other players now.
Who's the libero with the most libido in baseball right now?
I think we're going to see a great performance or two from Max Scherzer in the World Series. He came back hurt, but didn't play well in his first game back. I expect for him to turn that around and really move forward here in the World Series.
How do you think Dwight Howard does this basketball season?
Oh God, why is?
Just next question him, Joe. He doesn't even know that Dwight Howard has not played in the NBA in a few years.
Is he? He had like a Japanese jersey on. Is he playing in the Japanese?
We do not have to talk about this.
You don't want to?
I think we can move on.
All right, Panthers this weekend. Do they win? Oh wait, no. Let's back up to the World Series. So
Okay.
who's winning? Who's winning the World Series?
Whew, man.
I got so lost in the libido conversation. Sorry.
you can make a case for either of these teams just because of the run that they had. They were in playoff mode well before the playoffs start. And when you're a wild card team, being in playoff mode before the playoffs start is a big advantage. I think that the better team is the Texas Rangers, but Arizona has shown so much magic this postseason, being down 3-2, going to Philadelphia, winning 2 in a row. Texas did the same thing, but I think Arizona Diamondbacks might be able to get their second ever World Series.
Who was the pitcher the Diamondbacks had in the day? What's his name? Was it Randy?
Randy Johnson?
Randy Johnson.
Back forever ago?
The big unit.
That's like my recollection of baseball as a kid was like Randy Johnson trading cards. That's what I remember.
Randy Johnson was a G.
Mark McGuire. What happened to the good old days of baseball? Whatever happened to that?
They stopped letting him use steroids.
Yeah, that's a problem. Like, why not? Like, what's the big deal? And what about like the military not letting people use steroids? Different conversation. All right, NFL. The Panthers, do they get their first win this weekend?
Man, they play the Texans, and in the preseason, if you would have asked me, I would have said that this is the chance for them to really turn their season around. But the Texans look like a really good team, and C.J. Stroud looks like a better quarterback right now than Bryce Young.
Oh yeah, it's the showdown. Now it's the showdown of like what could have been. Is that the headline for the weekend? This is what could have been, Carolina.
This is what could have been. Now here's the stat line. C.J. Stroud, 60% completion percentage, 1,600 passing yards, 9 touchdowns, and 1 interception. You go to Bryce Young, 63% completion, so a little bit better, but 6 touchdowns and 4 interceptions and only 964 yards through the air. They both don't have a lot to work with. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that the offense for the Texans is a lot better because it's not. They really don't have much to work with. And it seems like the Texans made the right decision in drafting Stroud. Now, it's still too early to call Bryce Young a bust. We got to give him at least a year and a half, get him some new weapons in the offseason. But immediately, right out of the gate, it looks like C.J. Stroud was the right choice.
Do you think that we should be running Wildcat with Bryce Young?
No. He is too small. He will get hurt. And he's already gotten hurt this year.
Do you think he survives beyond his initial contract with Carolina?
I don't, just because it's almost like a trend in the NFL where you have a bad team with a coach that's kind of in over his head, coaching a team that's really bad who expected better. The owner's going to get impatient. People are going to get fired. Bryce Young's going to get thrown into a new system, and he's going to have to relearn things, and he's just never going to find his footing. That is right now where we're trending with Bryce Young. Can it turn around? Absolutely. But if I had to go to the Caesar Palace app and put a bet down, I would say he's a rookie contract guy only.
Do you think San Francisco would trade us Christian McCaffrey for Bryce Young and we just run the ball every play?
You know, we already gave them Christian McCaffrey, so I don't think they're going to give him back, especially because they have Brock Purdy under center over there.
Knowing what we know,
who's starting this weekend for him?
Who?
Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold, yeah,
It'll
former
be Darnold and McCaffrey.
Former Jet
/
what
could have
Patriot.
been.
What would have been?
What would have been?
No, but here's the real question. Knowing what we know now, we're under a minute. I know you see the screen, Joe.
Yep.
Baker Mayfield.
He had a good game.
Do we trade Bryce Young to get Baker back?
You're not trading Bryce Young. The penalty for trading a number 1 overall pick is way too high.
Like there's a penalty for it?
There's a monetary penalty. So there would be dead salary cap that the Panthers would not be able to utilize.
Well, isn't that the same thing as Matt Rule does the coaching cap go toward the player cap at all?
It doesn't. It's just the players.
I think he won. I think out of everybody who's won, it's Matt Rule. He's clearly winning.
Yeah.
Because he's getting paid by how many teams now at this point?
So many. It doesn't.
He's figured out the way the system works. All right, Joe Berg, WSIC sports director, host of The Scoreboard with Joe Berg, Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Big night for high school football. Joe will be talking about it and prepping for the yard sale this weekend.
There's more Good Morning LKN on the way from the new 105.9 100.7 WSIC.
Here's your WSIC community calendar. The WSIC yard sale is this weekend. Come by the radio station and enjoy a day of fun. The world-famous Pat Shannon will be hosting a special edition of the Home Ad Show. Live music, food trucks, bouncy houses. Selling starts at 6 a.m. this Saturday. Yard sale spots are free. The WSIC yard sale, 1117 Radio Road in Statesville. Saturday from 6 a.m. until 2 p.m. Pumpkin picking at Kerrigan Farms. Experience the pumpkin patch at Kerrigan Farms by booking your experience now at KerriganFarms.com. KerriganFarms.com for a pumpkin picking adventure. Santa is coming to town. Schedule your time to take pictures with Santa at Birkdale Village. Spots are limited and must be scheduled in advance. Santa will be at Birkdale between November 19th and Christmas Eve. Appointments include time with Santa and 8 digital images from a professional photographer. For more info and to schedule your time with Santa, visit BirkdaleVillage.com. Want to enjoy a night of magic? Eric Jones, a worldwide award-winning magician, is coming to Kane Center for the Arts this Saturday. Buy your tickets before they sell out. KaneArts.org. Eric Jones the Magician this Saturday. Doors open at 7 p.m. KaneArts.org. Have an event you'd like to tell people about? Yard sales, estate sales, and everything in between? Visit WSICnews.com and click on events to submit your event today.
The Renaissance Festival is back Saturdays and Sundays now through November 19th. Jousting nights, mermaids, fairies, dragons. Oh my! Tickets available online only at renfestinfo.com while supplies last.
And now for a look at your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center. Patchy fog this morning, mostly before 10 a.m. Otherwise, we're going to have sunny skies and a hot day today. We'll get up near 80 degrees. As you head into the evening, though, some clouds will roll in. We'll have partly cloudy conditions with that low temperature only dipping down to 56. This has been your weather forecast from the WSIC Weather Center.
Good Morning LKN continues now on WSIC. News, talk, now.
Good morning, LKN. 8:48 on this Friday. You're about to cruise into work. Let me give you one last piece of hope. Black Powder Coffee located on Highway 150. Make a left at the Chick-fil-A. Go down into the business park. Melissa, 10% off, please. 21 flavors. I don't cut it. This week, Pablo's in the cup. What you doing this weekend, Bill?
I got a yard sale.
Oh, yeah, there's a yard sale going on. I forgot about that.
Yard sale. I'm going to do that tomorrow. I'm going to pop in, say what's up to you guys.
Just going to stop by and say hey.
Check on you guys, make sure it's all good.
Yeah.
Then head on to my next activity. There's plenty to do, though, in the city. By the city, I mean in the area, the lake.
All around.
Yes.
All around the community. Yeah, yard sale from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow, 1117 Radio Road in Statesville. We probably might do, I don't know, we didn't really talk about one of the things as far as during it, tours of the radio station. We didn't really talk about that, like whether we're going to, we'll probably let some people in to see if you're interested in it. Maybe you're not. Maybe you're just there to sell. Maybe it's like, forget your radio station.
Like this is a business day.
This is about selling.
Yes.
So there'll be music, bouncy houses. K9 unit will be there. So leave your drugs at home.
Act accordingly.
Also, special forces will be there. We really appreciate the Sheriff's Department, Iredell County Sheriff's Office.
Big shout out.
Sheriff Darren Campbell, Chief Deputy Hamby, Captain Matt. We appreciate everybody and all the officers and really all of the emergency services. We're very grateful for fire departments, EMS, police. We know that y'all help keep the city moving forward. The tragedy going on, right? Like in places like Maine and everything like that. It's one of those times where maintaining relationships with your law enforcement and professionals and emergency services crew and just respecting them. This is those times, right? Like where you wish you really wish you had a strong relationship. So we like to keep the strong relationship with them when things are good and when there's times of need.
Right.
And so we're grateful for them. And they got some cool toys, man. Like, you talk about this tank. I hope they bring the big boy tanks. I hope they bring the big boy tanks. Up to them, but we're grateful that they'll
Think
just
we
be
could
there with
sneak
us.
a little WSIC news sticker on the tank?
Just slap one on the side and give it a try. Let's see what happens.
I feel like that's against the law.
Probably vandalism.
Yeah.
That would probably
Government
be
property. Yeah.
Be kind of weird though. Yeah. Maybe a magnet instead.
Okay.
So it can come off.
Right.
Like, hey, just leave it on for now.
Right.
And if you happen to forget about it and want to leave it there, nobody's going to be mad. iCats will also have a bus parked there, showcasing the ability of iCats. Maybe I'll drive it around the lawn. Maybe I'll drive it around the yard a little bit.
Nice.
I'm going to have to schedule my ride to Wendy's. $1 around town and not throughout Iredell County. If you need a ride somewhere, you can schedule it.
Big time.
Music, like I said, thank you so much to Rocky and Sue for helping us get the music situation seen. So they're really them and like Sue and Ben were working together. 3 different artists throughout the day. The stage, big shout out to Rocky and Sue. We're grateful for them and their help and assistance. Gonna have some bouncy houses. Joe Berg, WSIC sports director, is gonna have like a little field set up for the kids to be able to play, toss the ball, hang out. It'll be a good time there. Really just looking forward to a great time.
That'll
Food
allow
trucks.
you to get your shopping on hardcore.
Right. Like, just leave your children with Joe
Joe.
Berg. Yeah, like it's kind of like a babysitting center, but not it's more of like an illegal underground one that's not official with
Right.
no sanitary stations or anything like that. Yeah, it'll be a good time.
Yes. it
Really
will.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
Excited to be with the community, see people
That's what I'm most excited about. Getting WSIC out
with the
community.
people.
With the
We like hanging with the people. That's what we like doing. We're
Right.
about the people. We're for the people. You know who's really for the people?
Who's that?
Pat Shannon.
Yeah.
Coming up at 9 o'clock, the world's greatest voice in broadcasting, bringing you that sweet entertainment per the usual. If you got a birthday, you got an anniversary, you call in, you put your name on the list, because at 10:45, Pat spins that wheel, gives away prizes every single day. Daylight Donuts. Jody! Pumpkin Spice. Gotta love it. Big Mike. Can I call him Big Mike too?
Sure.
Jody's cool with that. I think he said it's cool if I call his dad Big Mike. So yeah, get you some pumpkin spice donuts, get you a salad bar, get you some coffee or a smoothie. Look, you're winning prizes every day with Pat Shannon. 11 o'clock today, Senator Sawyer reached out. A couple of things going on. Obviously, some things moving in Raleigh these days. They're doing a lot of stuff. They're like overriding vetoes and passing legislation, and then they got maps coming out, and they got all this stuff going on. So unfortunately, she's not going to make it in to do her show live. We're going to run last week's as a rerun, so Senator Sawyer will not be live today. So she will run her show as a rerun from last week. David Coble also not available, her co-host most days.
Big shout out, David Cole.
Yeah, appreciate him coming through. He really kind of helps out multiple shows.
Studio C.
Yeah, he's here
Coble.
often. So yeah, so we're grateful for him as well. And so that'll happen noon to 3. Todd Starnes, get your national politics fix on. Quite a few things going on. New Speaker of the House in Washington. So we'll see if things move forward.
Indeed.
Do you feel a sense of relief now that there's a speaker?
Yeah.
Kind of like, hey, things are normal again?
Yes.
If normal's the right word?
Yes, yes.
Short answer, yes. Okay.
Short answer, yes.
And then at 3 o'clock, Dr. Eastman, the L Show, leaning into the taboo conversations that particularly women face as they season.
A marginalized demographic there.
That's right. And then Dr. Fred, Health Talk, at 4 o'clock from
Great to hear
Studio
from
A.
Dr. Fred.
It was cool hearing from Dr. Fred today. I don't get to chat with him, see him very often. He's a hard worker. I mean, that guy just goes. And then when he's not like working, he does like just cool stuff on the side. I think he like trains dogs, hunting dogs, I'm pretty sure. So like you have to ride a horse, get the dog used to the horse and firing weapons and this whole kind of cool concept. So he does some cool stuff too, like just fun hobbies.
Wait, dogs on horses?
No, dogs running next to horses
Okay.
after you've shot a weapon from the horse in a direction.
Wow.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he grows his own pot. So there you go. So the dude does everything that you really need to do in life. And so check out Health Talk with Dr. Fred, pharmacist, 3rd generation pharmacist, I believe as well, doctor of natural medicine. And he's got a pharmacy there in Statesville and some cool products and things like that. So then after that, Brian Summers, most local man that I know, on the record with Brian Summers.
The People's Prince.
The People's Prince, airing from 5 to 6 p.m. And then 6 o'clock to 7 o'clock, you got Joe Burke, WSIC Sports Director. Big weekend, like we said, WSIC yard sale. It's going down this weekend. We're here. It's been a long time coming. Ben Daniels, I've been putting him under the gun. I said, this better be a success.
Right.
This better be great for the people. I better hear raving reviews about this setup. And he was out there like looking like a lumberjack yesterday, getting everything prepped. I'm going to go up there and do some help today, get that yard finished set up, and it'll be a good time. It'll be a good time. So that's pretty much it for me. You got anything else?
This weekend, no, I'll be catching up on some much needed rest, man.
Yeah, you're on the solo mission again this weekend.
Yes.
So will the apartment be intact when Nat gets home? When's she coming home? Is she coming home Sunday?
Sunday.
Okay, so it's just a quick hop and a jump.
Yep.
And then coming right back.
Business trip.
Get the hardware, get home.
Right.
That's what it's about.
That's it.
There is plenty to do across the weekend, so there are multiple events going on as well. Birkdale's got Trunk or Treat happening on Saturday as well, so maybe if you're staying toward the south side of the lake, they've got that going on.
Oh, nice.
Plenty of other events throughout the entire area that are definitely happening. It's just a beautiful time to get outside.
Yes, it's like that time.
It's that
be
time.
outside, right.
You just go out and enjoy it because it's really like it's not too hot, it's not too cold. So if you're a little chilly, right, you can layer up. It's supposed to be a gorgeous weekend, though. Pretty sure about to be 80 tomorrow, I think. Is that what I saw? About 80 tomorrow.
What?
Yeah, so perfect yard sale weather tomorrow. Absolutely perfect. We'll see how it goes with the parking. So if like a bunch of people show out, I'm going to go and apologize in advance. Like I said, we're just going to just let people do whatever they want. I think so we'll just line Radio Road.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kidding. We've got a little bit of a plan in place. Somewhat.
We have
a little bit of a plan. The plan for the Panthers, though, do you think they win?
I hope so, yeah.
Get one win under the belt?
I think that after the Hornets dub, it was they've kind of ignited the city.
You think
There's a
Bryce
different
Young
buzz.
and C.J. Stroud shake hands?
Yes. Yes.
No question.
No questions. They might even exchange jerseys.
You think so?
Why not?
Sign each other's?
Yeah.
And give it to them, and then they're like, hey, I'll send to the frame.
Right.
So you can hang it on your wall.
Right.
To remember this moment.
Indeed. It'll be good.
I think it'll be great.
Yeah, I got good vibes. Good energy.
Is it
Energy's
at
up.
home?
Yes.
It's at home.
Yes.
It's going down at home.
Yes. Bofa.
Okay. Bofa. Bank of America Stadium.
Yes.
You know it used to be called Ericsson Stadium?
Yes.
Do you remember Ericsson, the phone company?
I do.
Telecommunications?
Yep.
Back in the day. Whatever happened to them? They got bought by somebody, I'd imagine. Or went bankrupt.
That's what I would say.
I don't think they ever go bankrupt, right? They're too big to fail.
Sure.
Is that part of
Why
the
not
mantra?
just acquire?
Yeah, we'll
We
just
get
we'll
acquired.
just buy them.
Right.
That's it for $1
Yeah.
and run the world.
Mm-hmm.
That's how easy it is.
Yeah. Do you ever do we carved pumpkins last night. Do you ever do that?
We do it with the kids. We've shifted from
To paint?
carve one. We've shifted to paint.
Okay.
Yes, we've shifted to the children. The kindred shall paint the exterior.
Sure.
And I will cut one.
Okay.
I'm not very good at pumpkin carving. I'm really not. I always because you kind of have to mirror, right? Like what you're doing when you're carving. You carved last night. What was the design you went for? Did you use stencil or did you freehand?
I did use a stencil last night.
Ah, you were Pumpkin B in the picture then. Okay, I got you.
Yes.
You went high tech then. You went like sophisticated
Yeah, it was
carving.
Dracula.
Yeah,
Popped collar.
you
and
took it to another level.
Yeah.
Did you use a candle inside or a real candle or fake candle?
Real candle.
Solid.
Absolutely.
Is it on your mom's porch? Or did you leave it at home or did you bring it to is it at your place?
It's at my apartment.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just sitting where nobody can see it right now.
That's a perfect spot. The candle's not lit, right?
I
That's a
don't think
safety
so.
hazard.
Definitely didn't put it out.
Okay. Well, we'll see if we get a call later on. Pat Shannon up next, the best voice in broadcasting, home ad show. You got to buy something, sell something, trade something going on in your life you just want to talk to somebody about. Pat is a certified counselor in many, many subjects, and so you can chat with him. All the phone numbers still work, too, by the way. We got that question. They all still work, and they're just going to all route in. So even the 844 Studio 4 number, right now you call it, whatever host is live, that's who you're going to get. And we hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Hope to have you out at the yard sale tomorrow, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Bring your buying and selling and entertaining pants, because that's what we're going to be doing out there, having a good time with the community. We'll be hanging out. I think I'm going to have a couch to sell. I think I got a couch. I'm going to bring the couch. I'm going to try to load it up and bring it on up there. We'll see. Love you, my kids. Have a great weekend. Hug your loved ones. You might die.
The new 105.9, 100.7 WSIC's